Good morning RH simulation members, hello again on this new video. Today's video we are making RNP approach or RNAV 05 Zulu approach in Madeira. So it is quite a special airport due to its location. It is located near a mountain, and I know that you see a lot of videos of real pilots making this approach and also flight simmers. And this approach actually for the visual or for the RNP approach only captains do it, and also it needs a special training. So just to mention that during our CPL training we have a test or ability, or let's say rating. We call it a PBN, performance based navigation, so that you can learn how to land in using these approaches: ILS, RNP, RNAV, etc. So let's start right now. We are actually doing RNP AR approach. Authorization required. Here we have it. We have RNP Zulu runway 05 AR authorization required. So first of all, what does it mean authorization required? You need to be fit. The airport needs to be fit, the crew, and also the aircrafts. We need some sorts of instruments in order to do this kind of approach. So let's get started. First of all, I want to mention that each RNP authorization required, it has a limitation. Your aircraft needs to have some requirements. We are going to see one of these requirements are. So I promised you, it has been maybe 1 week or 10 days, that I'm going to talk about the table of performance navigation. So it's a quite large table that you should have it by heart in order to in order to pass your ATPL exam, or as a pilot you need to know it. So we have this table. It's PBN specifications. So I know that a lot of simmers read about RNAV approach, RNAV 10, RNAV 5, 2, 4, RNP 1, 2, RNP approach LP, localizer performance, LNAV, VNAV, LNAV, BARO, also RNP approach LPV, localizer performance with the vertical guidance, and in this case we have a RNP AR approach. So this RNP, each one, it has a specific phase of flight that you use it. For example, RNP 10, we use it only en route in oceanic. We don't use it in continental. But a lot of takeoff on my video, I did RNAV 1 and 5 because it's en route continental. And also RNP 2, sorry, it's for departure. RNAV, correction, RNAV 2, it's for departure, and RNAV 1 also. But today it's not, well, you can search about this table in Google. And now we are going to see an RNP AR approach. So the RNP actually AR approach, in order to fly it, we have something we call it OBPMA, or it's the onboard performance monitoring and alerting system. Actually the system, the GPS and the IRS are going to fly this approach, and they are going to monitor my precision. If you go here in progress, okay, I have inserted the LPMA 05, and if you see, we have a required navigation performance RNP, and we have the actual navigation performance ANP. We have RNP and ANP. Okay guys, so you should just double check that your aircraft is right now let's say fit to do this kind of approach. So we have the accuracy here estimated. We have a high accuracy, as you can see over here. We have 0.03 nautical miles. What does it mean this? I'm going to tell you what does it mean this in a second. So first of all, you need to understand as a pilot, what does it mean RNP. For example, we see RNP 0.03 means that the aircraft's navigation system must be accurate within 0 0.03 nautical miles. But this is going to be well, it's going to be within 0.03 nautical miles of intended track and needs to fly it 95% of the time. What does it mean? If we bring our charts, my friend, here, we have RMP 0.01. This is straight in landing. RMP 0.02 and RMP 0.03. Let's bring the grab the RMP 0.03. What does it mean? It means that my aircraft along this route can deviate 0.3 nautical miles from here and 0.3 nautical miles from here. This is the maximum that the aircraft can deviate, and it should do it 95% of the time. So as a pilot, I'm not going to monitor this because obviously I'm going to fly the approach, but the onboard performance monitoring and alerting system is going to do it. It's going to monitor this and also is going to alert me if the onboard system cannot maintain this accuracy. It is simple. So we have RMP 03, 02, 01. We bring the table when we can do the RMP along the approach, when it starts my approach at the initial approach fix. Once we finish with the arrival, the star, we enter to the approach. The first point that the aircraft should fly it in the approach is the initial approach fix, EAF. In my charts, the EAF is going to be what? It's going to be the PILIM. So PILIM here, it's my EAF, initial approach fix. So from here down to where? Down to the final. Okay, down to the final. RMP approach down to the final. My aircrafts should maintain this accuracy between 0.1 to 0.3, because the RMP authorization required approach, in the final approach we should maintain between 0.1 and 0.3 nautical miles of accuracy. Means that I'm going to grab one of these. Let's say that the my aircraft can, let's give it the maximum, RMP 0.3. I'm telling the aircraft don't deviate more than 0.3 from here nautical miles and 0.3 nautical miles from here. So my aircraft is going to maintain it, but this table is for the decision altitude. Okay, so for the decision altitude, my aircraft, if we are more precise, I can go down more to decide if I continue the approach or I abort or miss go around. If we have 0.2, less accuracy. This one, the aircraft can deviate only 0.1, 0.1. So it is more precise. This one less precise, 0.2, 0.2. So the decision altitude is going to be a little bit higher. And for the 0.3, my aircraft is going to deviate, well, it should maintain the accuracy. Maximum it can deviate 0.3 from here and 0.3 from here. So the aircraft is decision altitude, since we are Airbus A320, so category Charlie, we can use the performance, or the baro is 910. So my friend, let's go to the performance and let's write here 910 in the baro. Okay, let's also insert the, here we have its variable, so let's just put 001, variable 1 nose. Temperature we have 21. I'm just inserting this in the MCDU, and QNH 1004. Perfect, we have entered the descent. So, and after that we are going to fly the aircraft manually, sorry, not manually, but using vertical mode. Okay, so here at PILIM we should arrive at PILIM at 3000 feet. Checked here, yes, we should be 3000 feet. Max speed 230, isn't it? It is. If we want to hold, we don't have a holding time precise here, so if we are below flight level 140, the holding time should be 1 minute. if we are above flight level 140, the holding time should be 1 minute and a half. So in this case we hold for 1 minute, but we are not going to hold, we are going to continue. So we will follow a heading of 226 to MA530. So at MA530 it's going to be my final approach point. Okay, this is the final approach point, not the 520, so correction, the 52 which one, the 522. So yeah, this one is the final approach point. Yeah, I was like, where is the intermediate fix? Sorry guys. At Pilim, and then we continue at MA 5, so it started from 526. Actually it starts from the intermediate fix, but we continue 2000 here, then 2000 at MA 528, then we continue. Here we are in the intermediate fix. So the intermediate fix, here we start configure the aircraft for landing. We should be max 2, let's see it here, max 25, or sorry, max 1905 speed, and then we start turning to the MA522. So I think here we are going to descend. Yes, at MA522 we should be max 160. Here we start the descent. So what is the RT arc? We have the RT arc means radius to fix arc. So the GPS and the IRS, it's using it in order to fly a precisely defined arc, RNP authorization required approach. Okay, so I repeat again, we are going to use the missed approach for RNP 0.3. Is my aircraft fit to fly it? We go to progress, we see over here we have a high accuracy estimated, so we have 0.03. this one is 0.3. we can fly this or even this, but we are going to fly the RNP 0.3 because we entered the decision altitude. Okay my friend, then we are going to start turning at MA522, the final approach point. We start descending, and here we use the vertical mode speed. We put 1200 feet, and we should look for the blue arc. It's an arc like this, but it's blue. We need to bring it here, so we need to play with this knob, okay, in order to bring it here. Then we descend more, so at MA504, this one, we should be at 890 feet. Then we continue the radius to fix arc, and we descend to more or less 400 feet. Then we are going to see the runway. We should be 400 feet at MA502. Then we continue the descent. The threshold cross height should be 50 feet. So at 50 feet we are going to cross the threshold. Perfect, my friend. So this one also later on we are going to talk about it. The RNP approach, radius to fix required, bar of nav not authorized below temperature plus 7.5 degrees. Okay my friend, so what else again? Here what we have, the missed approach, we climb to 3000 feet. Again, the RNP AR, it's also for the mixed approach. Double check here, we have it for missed approach. So we use the authorization required RNP in all the approach phase, from initial approach fix, intermediate fix, final approach point, and missed approach. Also procedures, we do fly RNP AR approach. So my friend, let's go and start doing this approach. So let's release the pause, okay, and we are now going direct Pilim. So at Pilim again we should be max at 230. So let me activate the approach phase activated in order to decelerate. So we are decelerating right now, and I'm going to leave it until the 220 or the 200 feet, okay, 200 knots, correction. Okay, perfect, my friend. We are doing right now the approach, and I think I'm going to do a great landing, hopefully. Just clean the ECAM message. No ADC required. Okay, my friend. So we cannot see from here the runway, not yet, but let's continue. So the speed, the throttle is going to maintain until the green dots. It should not be below green dot. The green dot, which is, let's call it, we have a graph. Well, we have a lot of graphs. We have the best lift to drag ratio, and we have also the polar graph. If you maintain this speed, you will glide well using the Airbus A320. But in order to glide, we should clean the flaps. You cannot glide with flaps. Also in the general aviation, if you have an engine failure, you should look for glide speed, but you should clean the flaps, because if you are not going to clean the flaps, your rate of descent is going to be higher, and your rate of climb is going to be lower, obviously. So the first thing you need to do, if you pump on clean flaps, and you go for your glide speed, we call it in general aviation aircrafts. But here the Airbus call it the green dot. Okay, perfect. So I'm not using flaps. The Airbus philosophy cannot go below the green dots. So because if it goes below the green dots, we will have well, we will risk for sure for stall, and also we will have we are not going to maintain the good glide distance. So approaching the initial approach fix, we are at 3000 feet, and we are maintaining 200 knots. Look at the wind, that's good. Okay, that looks good. Then also at MA 530, 2000 feet, as you can see over here, and MA 258 also 2000 feet. So this is the first radius to fix arc. We are going to maintain 2000 feet, and between each one we have 2 nautical miles, 2 nautical miles, and here 10 nautical miles to the intermediate fix. This is also the wind limitation for landing. We should check it. Well, we have a variable wind. Here we have actually 31 headwind for the moment. Okay, my friend, we are good. So we are 170 subscribers. That's nice. That's good. We are growing. Welcome, my friends. This is your channel, not mine. So 2000. Again 2000. Let's double check also the accuracy. We have high accuracy. So as you can see, the required, it turns to 0.3. So the onboard performance monitoring and alerting system, it detects that we should be at 0.3, the required. As you can see over here, maximum 0.3, but the actual is 0.03. So we are at MA 528, 2000 feet. Plus 2000. Let's descend. Because here also we need to be 2000, and here 2000. Well, plus 2000. Look, we are below the VDEV. The runway is here. A beam threshold, we start turning. Okay, a beam threshold of runway 05. Look, in order the aircraft to maintain the speed, it's pitched down. Radio altimeter alive, checked. Okay, speed alt star. Let's go now speed the checked flaps 1 because we need to be max 195. So the aircraft is going to decelerate now. To decelerate to the S. Here we need to put flaps 2. So a beam threshold, I'm going to extend, I'm going to put flaps 2 and extend the landing gear. Then remember here 160, that's why I need to put flaps 2 here in order to the aircraft to decrease, and the landing gear is going to add more drag, helping the aircraft to decrease, to decelerate, not to decrease. And then here we need to go down 1200. Isn't it? Yes. So we are approaching the final approach point. Okay. So, speed checked flaps 2. The aircraft is going to decelerate more and more. Let's arm speed brake. Do we see the runway? No. And the 502, this one, we have it over here. That should be 4,000, correct? Yes. So, can I see the runway now? Yes, I have it there. So, we are below 160, great. Okay, starting right now, the radius to fix arc, gear down. Lights coming on. And let's descend to 1200. So vertical speed, let's see where we can go to 1200 here. So let's descend 600 feet per minute, because here 1200, no, still 2000. Oh my god, my mistake. Let's climb again to 2000. Is it 2000? Let me double check. I think it's 1200. No, still 2000, my mistake. Let's climb again. Let's leave it there, 2000. So speed checked flaps 3 and speed checked flaps full. So that's it. Alt. Let's activate the approach phase. And landing checklist, ECAM memo, landing no blue. Landing checklist is completed. Let's again revise. Yes. So, here 1200. So let's do something. I'm not going to fly it with the autopilot. Let's make it a bit more challenging. Let's go for autopilot off, and we have final approach. So here 1200, then 8000, 900. Okay, let's go down. Correcting. You should keep it final, guys. I'm just challenging myself, okay? For simulation purposes again. So 1200 here. Let's keep it like this. Let's bring the charts here. Come on. Okay. We are back to the glide. We have runway in sight. Yes, we do. Then here I need to be at 900 feet. Then continue descending. Correcting for deviation. Then 400.
1000. 100 above.
Okay.
Minimum.
Runway in sight. Again, this is for simulation purposes, my friend. The real life, don't do that. So 3000 here. Correcting. Correcting the glide. Correct again. Holy shit. We don't have that much speed, but that much wind.
100. 30. 20. Retard. Slide.
Nice landing. So speed brake is up, reverse is green, decel. So 70 knots, 60 knots manual braking, and let's take this one to the right. Okay, my friends, welcome to Madeira. This was actually the landing, but again, you should not disconnect the autopilots until the minimum, and you should continue flying the final approach as indicated here in the FMA. But I want to keep it more challenging. And what is this? What the hell is this? Okay. So yes, so this was basically a quick demonstration on how to do RNP authorization required. You should read well the charts, and I hope you like the video, my friend. I hope you have learned something today, and if you have any comments, any suggestions, don't forget to mention it in the comments. Thank you so much, guys. So let's go to the parking, and then we finish the video. Let's grab any parking over here. So let's take this one. Okay, my friends, here we are at Madeira Airport. So let's brake. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and if you have any suggestions, also I say it again, don't forget to mention it in the comments. Thank you so much, guys, and see you in the next video. Ciao ciao.